Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. So, I was brought up on this song actually. A client brought it to my attention or reminded me of it recently. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. I got to thinking about that this morning. It's fairly peaceful around here. And sometimes there's an anxiousness inside of me, and maybe you feel this too sometimes when you feel like I have Project 334K. It is top of mind all the time. 334,000 people reached, equipped to prosper in all areas of their life. Equipped to be love on this planet. Hey Shay, how you doing, honey? How you doing? Lovely to have you here, honey. And so there's sometimes an anxiety, there's sometimes an impatience, being honest with you guys, that comes with, okay, I want to reach 334,000 people, like right now, basically. And then there's this anxiety, impatience that comes inside of me. And so today I came outside here just to kind of have a few minutes away from my awesome children, to just be quiet and to reach the divine again, reach out to the divine and figure out what is the next thing to do. What is it? Why do I feel this way? And the thing that comes back is just to be who I'm called to be right now, to be still in this moment. And I say this to you guys as well. If there's an anxiety and impatience to be where you want to be already, one, come back to a sense of stillness inside of you. Come back into a place of peace. You don't need to rush into an activity. You don't need to rush into an action. Sometimes that's the very worst thing to do, actually trying to act out of that sense of fear that you're never going to get there, or that sense of, that fear, really, that you're never going to get there, and oh my gosh, you need to rush and make things happen in 3 seconds flat. And honey, I'm very much about, making things happen, but I want to make sure that I'm coming from a place of connection to the divine. I want to make sure that I'm always coming from a place of connection. There's no other way of putting it, of knowing that I'm not just acting from a place of fear, impatience, anxiety. No, I want to act from a place of love, of knowing that I'm called to be love on this planet. I am connected to love. I'm not just doing things for the sake of doing things. I do it because I'm led to do it. I do it because it feels right to do it. And not just because it seems to be the A plus B thing that some strategist give you a plan to do and this and that and the other. For us spiritual people, it isn't enough to just live by the plans and ideas that other people just land on top of us. No, we have to connect. We have to connect to the divine. We have to be in connection when we're making these decisions about what to do next. And so we don't want to rush into things. Okay, we don't want to be those spiritual people that never quite move ever. Basically, there's a difference, okay? Now, I do completely believe that though there's nothing I need desperately to do, there's always action to take. I get the choice, okay, to act on what I hear the divine saying inside of me, or to pretend I didn't hear anything because I'm waiting on the Lord or something. I think there's always some kind of move, and that some kind of move may be actually to spend more time journaling or something along those lines, and that's absolutely fine. But ultimately, it's to come back to a place of peace and stillness within you. And from that place, then you act. From that place, then you act. And maybe the action, as I said, is simply to get your journal out and remember who it is that you choose to be. Remember who it is that you choose to represent or whatever on this planet. And how, regardless of what situation you're in right now, you don't want that to be leading you, okay? You don't want reaction to situations to be leading you. You want to be coming from that place of love and strength. The other thing that was brought to my attention as I was seeking out the divine in this feeling of impatience was, yeah, what am I hiding? What am I avoiding? What am I avoiding saying and hiding and all of that stuff? And there's the acknowledgement that there are certain things that I potentially used to believe, not potentially, definitely used to believe, that I'm feeling the need to shake around my Christian beliefs and all of that stuff, which I'm feeling the need to let go some more of certain ideas, which for me, it's always an interesting place to be. I remember still 2-3 years ago, I was telling this to my friend yesterday when I went out for a dinner with her, that I remember the divine saying, are you going to be willing to say what I tell you to say? And I'm just like, yeah, I think. But then since then, I've talked about sex, I've talked about certain things around even the Bible and things like that, which were very scary to talk about. And I feel again as though there's even more uncovering to come, or else I continue to be in this place of feeling like I'm clouding or shrouding. Is that the word? I don't even know if that's a word. But where you're covering yourself up because you're scared of how it will be seen, how you may come across. And it's like, I have lots of Christian friends, and what they think of me if I start to say certain things in the way that I feel I must, because I am so much about people's freedom. I just want people to be free from dogma, free from ideas that no longer help people. Ideas that maybe once upon a time kept us safe, but right now they just keep us trapped. It's like I always come back to something I heard in Batman, I think it was. The rules that we created to protect us have now become our prison bars or prison cell or something like that. And it's like, yeah, sometimes we set out these ideas that we think will protect us, will keep us safe, and they outlive, or they continue beyond their usefulness. So there are certain things around religion that sometimes, it's outlived itself, and it's like, now it's time to move on. It's time to move on to the next level in order for people to be free, in order for people to actually live as powerful people on this planet. And yes, sometimes I feel a bit like I need to start speaking out even more about certain things. I'm not even completely sure what right now, or else I'll give you guys examples, but all I know is that you're free. And if anything, no matter how good it might seem, is keeping you from freedom, no matter how good that idea may have been once upon a time, right now, if it's stifling you, it's time to shed that idea. Or else you will continue to live in this place of never being completely, fully present, because you're always hiding who you are, always trying to be what you think others need you to be, when actually the only way you're going to have the impact that you want to have on this planet is actually by being your complete self. Okay, yes, be free, Delphina. Woohoo! It is time for us to be free. I wrote a post this morning that we want to fling wide open the gates of abundance. But how can you step into abundance if you're hiding who you are because you think that people want you to come across a certain way? You think that if you don't, you'll be ostracized and excommunicated and all of that kind of stuff. And so you hold back from what you feel called to do or to be because you think, oh my gosh, will they hate me? Will everyone hate me? Actually, you know what? There's 7 billion people on the planet. And I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you guys right now. There's 7 billion people on the planet. There are people that you are here specifically to serve. It's not everybody. It doesn't need to be everybody. Everybody doesn't need to like you. You don't need to earn everybody's approval. You don't need anybody's approval. Your vision is your permission, okay? Your vision is your permission, and bless you too, Delphina. Your vision is your permission. Honey, you need to know this inside of you, that vision you have, that is your permission to go forward. Okay, you don't need anybody. I don't care whether it's your pastor or your whoever. You don't need their permission for you to start doing the things that you're here to do. What you need, honey, is courage to be still and know that you are one with the divine. Okay, you are one with the divine. You don't need any physical permission in order for you to move. You just need to connect. You need to come from a place of connection, not a place of rebellion, not a place of fear, a place of connection. There's nothing to rebel against anyway. Somebody else's rules, really? Yeah, nothing. There's nothing to rebel against. So we don't even need to be coming from a place of rebellion. I used to feel as if I was some kind of rebel all the time, until I finally realized that actually, no, I'm not. I'm not a rebel. I just recognize that the rules that people want me to live by they're not helping. So actually, I'm not rebelling. I'm just owning my freedom. I'm just owning my freedom. And so I stopped feeling like a rebel and just realized I'm just a girl who's decided to live out to the fullness of her potential and to live out her vision. And so therefore, she gets to choose that. And she doesn't need to rebel. She's just being herself. Same with you. You're just being you. And it's okay to just be you. You don't need to live by anybody else's rules. You don't need to rebel against anybody else's rules either. You just need to be. Be still and know I am God. That whole phrase, I mean, I was brought up singing that song. I am God. I am God. Be still and know that I am God. And it was always some kind of external thing, I am God. He's up there somewhere staring at me. But now there's this knowledge that actually no, God has always been within. There is nowhere to go that there is no God. This chair, this table, that is God. I am God. There's no separation anywhere. And it's just that, so when I sing the song, Be Still and Know That I Am God, I know that it's coming from inside of me now, rather than from externally waiting for something out there. No, that wisdom, that connection has always been from in here. I just didn't know it. Maybe you didn't know it yet either. You're still looking up to the skies, waiting for something to come down. Yes, God is up there too, but He's everywhere. Basically, and we want to be one with Him, okay? And I know not everybody uses the term God, and some people, in fact, have been wounded by the term God, but please get healing, okay? Get healing. Just because some person did something horrible to you, that's not God. That was that person, okay? Okay, God is love. Anything that isn't love is not God, okay? It's not God. It's just people's egos and people's craziness, and you don't need to allow that to continue to wound you forever and continue to keep you from a connection that actually will make your life so much more whole and wholesome and full and complete. So please just handle it, be free of that, okay? And just step into this living from an intuitive place rather than a fear-based place. Live into the fullness of your true design. I mean, when just recording the final part of Remember Who You Are. And guys, if you haven't done it, you need to do it, okay? Remember who you are, because it is time that we remembered who we are. When I talk about the 334,000, we are people who are called to impact different realms of society. We're here to make a difference in education, in family, in government, in media, in arts, in entertainment, in healthcare, in all of these places we're called to make a difference. And you need to remember who you are if you're going to have that impact, okay? So I do think everybody needs to do that program at the very least and get themselves onto the deliberate life path where you're deliberately designing a life that you are born to live. Anyway, I wasn't expecting to talk this long, or I wasn't even sure what this was going to be about, truth be told. I just started talking and here we are. I want to invite you, if you haven't done the 14-day miracle experiment, then you need to do it, okay? It is at rosemaryonlinite.com/14-day miracle or experiment. In fact, I'm going to put the link in here if I don't click the wrong button. I always end up doing something and then ending the live stream way before I intended to. So it's rosemaryonlinite.com/experiment. Yes, experiment. Facebook, for some reason, doesn't like my 14-day miracle. It thinks I'm trying to sell some kind of, I don't know what. So, so I use experiment now instead. But yeah, it gives you the details of it anyway. Because I do believe that if you're going to live out the call on your life, you have to be able to open up to prosperity in all areas of your life, or else you'll continually come back to a place of thinking, yeah, but how do I take care of my expenses? What of the fact that I'm not in a relationship? Or the relationship I'm in is rubbish? Or my health is rubbish, or whatever. And all these things will keep you from fully entering into what you're born and called to do. So you need to open up to prosperity. You need to fling wide open those gates of abundance so that you can fully, truly, completely live from that place of abundance and prosperity and freedom and fulfillment. And this will start you off. The 14-day miracle experiment starts you off. It does, honey, as spiritual people, we know there are certain disciplines we need to put in place, and this will get you started in what those simple actions are, and then they need to become part of your life, okay? It's not enough just to do it for a few seconds and then be gone and disappear, which does happen with people. But it's like, if we're going to change the world, if we're going to impact the people we're here to impact, we're going to fulfill the call on our life, then you know what, there are certain practices that need to become normal part of our life, so that we're always walking in a receiving state, in a place of allowing the abundance to come through to us, okay? This 14-day miracle experiment will give you those basic things to get you off the ground, okay? So go join in. Go join in, okay? And I think I'll stop here now, just with the song. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. And in stillness, go forth, in courage and confidence and boldness, go forth and design the life you're born to live, okay? Much, 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 much amazing love. Share this with somebody else if you feel there's somebody in your life that needs to hear this. Much love, okay? Until the next time, my honeys. Bye.